Let's take our talents to TPC, Louisiana, where the 2025 Zurich Classic is set to tee off later this week. Rory McIlroy, fresh off winning that coveted green jacket, will once again partner up with his friend Shane Lowry to defend their title. It also took a playoff win, by the way, for this duo to win a year ago. The field also includes 3 sets of brothers teaming up, including 2 sets of twins, as well as a long list of major champions trying to bring home some hardware. As you take a look here at the most recent Zurich Classic champions, there you see Rory and Shane up at the top. Interestingly enough, the only 2-time winner playing at this year's event is Billy Horschel. He's the only player to win this event as a singles competition and as a team event. Let's talk more about the field as we welcome in CBS Sports golf analyst Patrick McDonald. Patrick, you know where we're starting. We got a course preview. TPC Louisiana has hosted this classic since 2007. It's a little bit different, as you and I were discussing before we came up here. Walk us through the course expectations and what it is to play with a partner in this event.
Yeah, so we got another Pete Dye design for the second straight week. Very different, though, from Harbortown Golf Links. You think about all the great views you have along the water. TPC Louisiana, dare I say, maybe a bit more boring. A lot of grass out there. The main defense is going to be that wind if there is any. But players are going to play 4-ball round 1 and round 3, foursomes round 2 and round 4, which is alternate shot. And so you'll find a winning score somewhere around mid 25 under par, kind of where Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry got last week, or last year, mind you. So it's a lot of wedges for these players. They're going to have to take advantage of the 4-ball opportunities in round 1 and round 3, try to shoot something around 60, and then kind of hold on for dear life in the alternate shot format, which is much more difficult. But we have seen guys kind of make runs on Sundays in recent years. I think of Chad Ramey and Martin Traynor, the twosome that played against Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry in that playoff last year. So bit of a give and take almost, where you have to do most of the damage in that format and then hold on in the other format.
Patrick, let's pick the conversation up with the defending champions. Rory McIlroy, I am sure, feeling rested after missing last week's RBC Heritage. He's got that green jacket, so it feels like enough preparation to that point. But when you look at the partnership with him and Shane, how do they repeat?
Yeah, I think they just got to show up with the same type of intensity that they did last year, and it's obviously going to be difficult given what Rory McIlroy has been doing this past week after that historic Masters win, traveling to Europe, celebrating with family and friends. Shane Lowry even asked him, like, hey buddy, are you sure you still want to play in this golf tournament? But Rory committed, and he's staying committed to the field, trying to go back-to-back, which he has done often on the PGA Tour, mind you. And so I think they just show up, and they are the clear favorites because they are the number 1 and maybe number 3 player in this field. I think you could slot Colin Morikawa in there at number 2. And from tee to green, their excellence is just going to separate them from the fields, especially during alternate shot there in round 2 and round 4, kind of like it did last year. So the one big question mark I might have for Rory and Shane is what are they going to do on the greens? Because they reached 25 under last year, and they haven't really been putting great so far this year. You have to make a ton of putts to make a ton of birdies in this format. But from tee to green, right off the tee on approach around the green, they're just so much better than any other duo in this field that even if they putt average or below average, they'll have a great chance to contend once again.
All right, we'll have to see how it all plays out for those two. We also get a chance to see the 2-time major winner in Colin Morikawa teaming up with Kurt Kitayama, who has never missed the cut, by the way, at the Zurich Classic. I thought this was interesting too, Patrick. These two play Call of Duty together. As someone whose husband will tell me that it is very important bonding when he gets on the headset with his guys playing Call of Duty, how do you think that translates to a win on the green for that duo?
They've got a nice little Las Vegas gaming group there with Minwoo Lee also playing Call of Duty with them. So Kitayama's been great from tee to green this year, but the results haven't really stacked up. I'm surprised. He was someone I had circled coming into 2025, especially given how well he played in the FedEx Cup Fall, contending there in Las Vegas in his backyard. So these two should be comfortable together. I like how their games complement each other too. Kitayama's very powerful off the tee. He's going to be able to set Morikawa up for success from the middle of the fairway with plenty of wedges in hand. And as we see on the screen, Morikawa Morikawa, despite not winning since the fall of 2023, still one of, if not the best iron player in the world. So Morikawa, he put a new putter in the bag last week there at Harbour Town. It looked okay during the first couple of rounds, but he moved in the wrong direction on Saturday and throughout the weekend, not finishing inside the top 50, which was a bit surprising given how well he plays that golf course typically. So similar to McIlroy and Lowry, it's going to come down to the putter with these two. Neither of these guys are really elite on the greens. They have shown the ability to pop off with the putter in hand, and they're definitely going to need that this week if they expect to contend.
Collin Morikawa still looking for his first win since 2023. We will see if he can get it done with his teammate Kirk. Patrick McDonald joining us to preview the Zurich Classic teeing off later this week. Patrick, we appreciate the time. And a reminder, the Zurich Classic coming your way to CBS this weekend with our coverage beginning at 3 o'clock Eastern on both Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget, you can always stream the action on Paramount+. Taking a look at the odds to win the Zurich Classic, it is the champions, the reigning champions, I should say, and Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry at the top at plus 360. We talked about Collin Morikawa hoping to win his first major since 2023. I talked about it earlier as well. Two sets of twins in the mix when it comes to this field at the Zurich Classic. But let's help you make some money. And to do so, we bring in our Sportsline guru of money, Mike McClure, set to give us some of his best bets when it comes to the Zurich Classic. Mike, let's start right there. Give us your pick to win this. We saw at the odds there with Rory and Shane looking to repeat, but what do you think?
You know, Haley, this is an event that I like to go down the odds board just a little bit. It's an extremely high variance situation where you're playing best ball formats. I think that this is a spot to look at Joseph Bramlett and Alex Smalley. Alex Smalley is someone this season, if you were to just look at his strokes gained metrics and remove the name, you would think you'd be talking about a top 10 player in the world. Has been absolutely dialed in. And his playing partner, though, Joseph Bramlett, was built for an event like this. He does two things very well. Number one, he's extremely long off the tee. He can absolutely bomb it, and he's good on the putting surfaces. I think that this pairing is drastically mispriced here at plus 4,500. I set the number down to plus 2,800. They should be closer to that front page of the odds. So give me Joseph Bramlett and Alex Smalley.
I love when you guys give us those niche kind of players that maybe bettors at home aren't thinking about, and so I like how you lay that out because the mind goes to the reigning champs, but not Mike McClure's mind. All right, Mike, let's get into some DFS. What good buys do you have for us?
I'm going to start with Keith Mitchell and JT Poston. And this is a pairing that is relatively expensive in DFS here, but they're not as the name value doesn't stick out as much when you see guys like Collin Morikawa and Rory McIlroy, but the format is what I'm interested in. When you get two golfers paired playing like this, they are very, very close to Collin Morikawa and Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry. I think it's a great discount here on them, but I don't think that people are wanting to click that name, so I think you get some low ownership. And then Gerard and Walker. Ryan Gerard is someone I really want to focus on. I think he's going to carry this team. He has been playing excellent golf of late, including last week again at RBC in another signature event at 7,500. That pairing allows you to round out your lineup pretty much any way you want in terms of the pricing. Give me those four golfers as good buys.
All right, so we got your pick to win, we got your DFS good buys. All we need here is your absolute best bet when the action gets underway this week, Mike.
For best bets, Haley, my favorite market is a top 20 finish. Look, I like Sahith Theegala and Aaron Rai. I think that these two are a perfect pairing. And I think they're going to be relevant all weekend here. I still like them to potentially win this outright at plus 2,500, but the odds on a top 20 finish plus 105, that is appealing to me. You look at a guy like Sahith Theegala, he has had a mixed bag of results, but he's always flashed the upside. Now the fact that you're pairing him with a guy like Aaron Rai, who's just absolutely emerged so far on the tour this season, I think that that's the kind of balance that Sahith needs. You're not playing every single one of his shots. I think that this team has a ton of upside. Give me a top 20 finish here, plus 105.
There you have it. Money Mike McClure helping you make some money when it comes to the Zurich Classic. Mike, we always appreciate your time and your help putting some money in our pockets. You can get more of Money Mike McClure and the rest of our Sportsline golf crew on the Early Wedge, a podcast that helps you pair the golf with the money and puts it all together and into your pocket. You can scan that QR code on your screen or listen wherever you get your podcasts.